What are you buying? What are you selling from the Celtics or the Philly? Or if Philly caught try, what are you selling from what you saw from them?
Just the Celtics' depth is crazy. They go about 10 deep or even more if they want to, and it doesn't even matter if Kyrie Irving and Hayward can't hit any shots. The main thing is Horford blocked Embiid 3 times, and Embiid always looks surprised when it happens, but Horford can defend him, and that disrupts the Philly offense completely.
Then Yates?
I was going to say the same thing. This battleship is fully operational, and it's kind of scary if you're the rest of the East. 9 guys doing double-digit minutes. Terry Rozier's blocking shots, plus minus is off the charts. This team is really, really good. It sounds basic, but that's pretty much it.
And do you have a take from the Philly perspective, Clinton?
I don't really love the way Embiid is talking at this point of the season. At all.
You don't love that he's saying that it's not a robbery? Because he's speaking the truth there.
I don't. Show a little more confidence, Playboy. You're the biggest man in the league. Let's get it done.
Oh, I thought some might say he's showing that he needs to be that he's motivating the team to be better. Frank, how about you?
Gordon Hayward hadn't played in 12 months. Kyrie Irving 6 months. They go 6 for 26, and the Celtics still win by 18 points. They're a very good team. And I'll tell you this about Philadelphia. Their starting backcourt of Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, forget about making a three-pointer. They did not attempt a three-pointer. In today's day and age, how can you survive in the NBA playing that way?
Jackie Mack?
You know, you're right, Frank. Markelle Fultz still can't shoot, and it matters. But you know what? Ben Simmons still can't shoot, and it doesn't matter. This kid is otherworldly. I know he's got to work on that perimeter, Jay, but he looked like Magic Johnson last night, the way he was distributing. I don't think we can make too much of this one game. Celtics transition defense was terrible. Jason Tatum says our best player didn't hit any shots tonight. Are we sure? Maybe Jason Tatum's the best player.
That's a fair point. So real quick, Jackie, just specifically on, do you think Philly erred on not bringing in shooters this summer?
Not necessarily. They had some injuries, and I think J.J. Redick's going to work his way back into that starting lineup because they were the best starting 5 in basketball last year when they were on the floor together.
Especially for the last half of the season. And I'll say this, knowing the panel had today, the hair on Gordon Hayward looked like he was about to have a pina colada at Trader Vic's. We'll move on. NBA opening night after NBA opening night. 11 games. You know Melo's coming off the bench for the Rockets, and you know Jimmy Butler. What's that going to happen in Minnesota? Doncic and Ayton debuts. Kawhi in Toronto versus the LeBron-less Cavs. Clinton, which opener are you buying above all?
To me, it's Doncic and Ayton, the potential Rookie of the Year matchup. That kid has had so much hype coming in from Europe. I really want to see what's going to work. He looked great in the preseason. He's got Dennis Smith Jr., who's hopefully going to become a better player in the backcourt. Love that Mavs team right now. See what they can do.
I was having a little fun with Ayton's name, going Ayton, and you followed me with it. I think it's closer to Ayton than Ayton. But go ahead, Isola.
Think about Kawhi Leonard, and we keep saying this, if he's healthy. But the Toronto Raptors had the best team in the East until the playoffs. LeBron is gone, and you replaced DeMar DeRozan with Kawhi Leonard. Toronto, I know we all talk about Boston, but Toronto, assuming Kawhi Leonard is healthy and committed and ready, could be dangerous.
Jackie Mack?
No question, but I'm looking at the new-look Rockets who were one hamstring away from not only going to the finals, but winning the whole thing. They lose Ariza. They lose Luke Baumute. I don't know if they're as good a team this year, and they're playing a Pelicans team that was lousy in the preseason with Anthony Davis with a new agent, Rich Paul. Let's see what happens there.
Clinton Yates got it right. The whole world is watching Mavericks and Suns tonight, and why would you? You got the youngest EuroLeague MVP ever, and DeAndre Ayton, who looks like the perfect center. We want to see which one of these guys is going to lead his team.
All right. This might be your one chance, Tim, to say the whole NBA world is watching Dallas. We'll move on. Buy or sell 3. Colt game. Who said it? Ready? We're not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to tank it. Ain't nobody tanking.
Bill
baby.
It says Gruden on the screen there. I guess that could have been either Gruden. Not only accusations of tanking, the website is Gruden Gone Yet has already been created. And this is from Forbes magazine. I love the math they had to do. Algebraic, highest level of algebra to figure out that the investment right now is $100 million per win for John Gruden. Frank, buy or sell, the scorn and scrutiny right now being directed at Gruden.
I think it's completely over the top. Can we allow the guy to get to at least 8 games? And I don't know if it goes back to his TV work, to the fact that he won a Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's players in Tampa Bay, but it does seem like everyone is coming after John Gruden pretty early on in his time in Oakland.
Jackie Mack?
Well, I think he invited a little bit of that scrutiny, Frank, though, because his first official major act was to tell Khalil Mack to hit the road, their best player by a mile. And and I think he also had a certain air about him that rubbed people the wrong way. But I do agree with you on this. It's too early to just declare. It looks like a disaster at first glance, but it's way too early to declare the whole experiment that.
TC?
Yeah, it's not too early to do much of anything. And this is a team that went to the playoffs 2 years ago when Carl was hurt, was in the playoffs last year in December, and now they had Jordy Nelson and they got John Gruden coming, and they can't beat anybody. They got an overtime win over the Browns. That's crazy.
Not too early to do anything. I love that expression, Kalish. Yates, how about you?
Yeah, it's not too early because you've guaranteed some insane deal to a guy who can't win any games. Press the panic button now if you're the Raiders because of that exact reason. He's signed on for way too long to make this reasonable. It's a huge problem.
Commitment to excellence.
Gets late pretty early around here, doesn't it?
I love it when you raise your eyebrows.
I think you're going to love the 35 on your scoring average, though, right? This is like intramural. I mean, this is you haven't seen 35 in since 1970. Yates, also done. I stole the McMullen Showdown next. That was a bad.
When I was shopping for car insurance, the choice was easy. I switched to Geico and saved hundreds.